We're a grassroots organization that is primarily volunteer led, and we started as a group of parents, and now we have lots of individuals, including individuals on the spectrum, that are part of our network.
We are fully a volunteer organization. All of our volunteers care greatly about individuals who are on the spectrum. We service children and adults, allowing for individuals to get out in the community to be inclusive within the state of Nebraska.
One of the things we strive for is that just the absence of stress in somebody's life does not mean they're living a quality life. They need access to community, they need friends, they need choice, they need to choose where they live and how they live. It's important for all people, regardless of the level of their capabilities, have access to that.
I am autistic. I was diagnosed at age 47 as being on the spectrum. Prior to my diagnosis, I knew there was something different about me, but I could never quite peg what it was. Eventually, I received this diagnosis, and it was a huge relief. It let me be free and to understand better about myself and be more accepting.
I have a 19-year-old named Jack. He was diagnosed at about age 2, so I've been around the autism community for probably about 15, 16 years.
I'm also the parent to an autistic girl, now age 31, and we've gone through quite a bit together.
There's a very long and wide spectrum. Some people think that people with disabilities or with autism specific, that they may look or act or talk or not talk in a specific way, and if they're able to do some things, then they should automatically be able to do other things.
Prior to maybe 3 or 4 years ago, we were still thinking that most autistic individuals were children. It didn't dawn on people that autistic individuals eventually became adults. And with more and more adults, particularly females, starting to get diagnosed later in life, we're starting to offer more supports and services for those adults.
I used to think that everybody helped Jack. I used to think that we just sought out help for him, that the friends that he had on his drumline were helping him. And it wasn't until I watched from a distance that I realized how much he was helping them.
I take being the voice of the autism community to be a very serious thing. For me, it means going out and meeting the people that are autistic and the families affected by autism to learn more about what their needs are, and then to articulate all of that information into something that has meaning that can then be presented to our state legislature, to individuals out there who are professionals dealing with us, to the community, to organizations that need to know more about what we're doing.
I think it's hard because we are a big state and a lot of our population exists on the east end. But that doesn't take away from the needs of those in central and western Nebraska. Without telling them what they need, we're asking them, what do you need in your city? What do you need in your rural community? It may be very different, and we're ready to approach those things differently.
I think the social support group that we formed in Lincoln has been a tremendous accomplishment. We have roughly 14 to 20 adults that meet once a month, the fourth Wednesday of the month, to talk about autistic issues and to talk about problems we encounter, to talk about ways to solve those problems.
I think for us, we're kind of unique in that we've been around a long, long time, that we're statewide, we're not just local, that all of the money we raise stays here, We are part of a larger national organization called the Autism Society of America, but no money flows up to them or down to us. So any funds that we raise here, we spend here. And I think that's really important for Nebraskans to remember, especially if they're going to donate or if they're going to volunteer for us, that those efforts are really trying to build Nebraska. There's a lot of different events. They're usually, many of them are surrounding holidays or kind of special events that any family would go to or go through. It's typically like what any other family would have, except for we might make the area a little bit more sensory friendly. We may have a different location, some different things that might help individuals on the spectrum just enjoy it more.
One of the first events I volunteered for was a sensory Santa that they host here in Omaha. It's absolutely amazing to me to see these little kids spending time with Santa Claus. I also enjoy Autistic Pride Day. It's an event we hold in June to celebrate being autistic. And I realize that may sound funny, but sometimes you need to feel good about something that other people see as a flaw. ASN has promoted inclusivity in our state. I think without them around here, a lot of us would still be living in attics or closed doors, not enjoying life, playing video games, or just being there. The Autism Society has taken it a step higher by letting people know that we are here and that we can be a benefit to work, to school, to life, to the society or to the community out there. And all I can ask is that you take the time to think about what autism means to you and how you can be more inclusive to the individuals around you and not only promote awareness, but start bringing in the ideas of acceptance and autonomy.
For anybody that watches this and listens to our story, listens to who we are as an organization and all of us that are involved, I'd like to personally thank you for not only your money, but your time, your expertise, your reaching out to others in the community, whatever it may be. We do notice, and we are so, so thankful.